Hi guys, I'm Mark and I'm an Oyster Boy, and this is probably another YouTube first, I think, depending on how quickly I release these videos. This is the Grainfather all grain kit, again, the second one of these that I've got in this series, and this is the clean cut Pilsner. So I'm gonna show you what this looks like, I'm gonna take you through what you receive in the kit, and then I'll show you some footage of me making it, and then me and Penny are gonna get together and drink it and see what we both think of the beer. So first of all, it says on the side about the beer that this is a clear and straw in colour. It's got light floral notes with subtle bready character, soft bready malt up front, followed by a gentle bitterness and a crisp, refreshing finish. OG of 1047, 26 IBUs, 5.4% ABV and 6 EBCs. So it's probably going to be quite light and golden in colour. And hopefully, if I can get it, it'll be pin bright and look fantastic in the glass. So let's whip open the packet and see what we've got inside. That stay there. I'll whiz this one back. Okay, so in here we've got the instructions again with a QR code to get the recipe in the Grainfather app, and also a link to download the Grainfather app if you haven't already got it. And then on the flip side, it does give you some quite comprehensive instructions on what to do if you are not using your Grainfather. Well, also if you are using your Grainfather, but more than likely, if you're using the Grainfather, you will just be able to follow along with what the guidelines tell you, either in the app or on the system itself. But there is a lot of cool information here that we can have a little look through. You also will receive, as I said in the other kits, you get your lager yeast. You will get a packet of Hallertauer Mittelfrüh hops. And I believe that these need to be split into 2 editions on these. Let me just check the instructions. Yeah, so one edition at 60 minutes and another edition at 15 minutes towards the end of the boil as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You also get, same as on the other one, you will get a packet of kettle finings there, and then you will receive your bag of crushed malt, ready to go. So now I've shown you what you get in there, I'm going to pack this stuff back away, get the Grainfather filled with water, heat it up, leave it overnight, and get my brew on in the morning. So come along and join me for that, and then at the end of the video you'll see me and Penny tasting this beer and telling you what we think of the Grainfather clean cut pills. Right, so there's not a lot to talk about on the grain bill for this one. There's only 2 types of malt going in there. There is lager malt, which makes up the bulk of the grain bill, and some dextrin malt in there as well. And you're going to mash that in at 65 degrees for 1 hour, and then you're going to have a 10-minute mash out at 75 degrees as well. Pretty simple for the boil additions as well. You've got a 60-minute addition and a 15-minute addition of hops too. And then you've got, at the last 10 minutes, you're going to chuck some finings in there as well before you start recirculating your wort through your chiller. At that point then, you're going to transfer it to your fermenter and pitch your yeast, and either do what I've done, which is pressure ferment it slightly warmer, or follow the instructions and ferment it at 16 to 18 degrees. Hi guys, I'm Mark.
I'm Penny.
And we are the Oyster Boys, and we are back again with another beer review, and today it's another one of the Grainfather all grain brewing ingredient kits. Pretty cool box.
There we go.
Yeah. So we've already done one of these, which is the Black and Stout. This is the
really good. Yeah.
clean cut Pilsner.
Ooh.
Do you want to tell us what it says on the side, what it should be like?
So, clear straw in colour, light floral notes with a subtle bready character, soft bready malt up front, followed by a gentle bitterness and crisp, refreshing finish.
Nice.
So, 5.4%. Stronger side.
Premium. A premium lager is how you describe this one. Yeah. So I've already done some like an unboxing and some footage of me making it. Do you want me to go and get it in glasses and we can do it?
Yeah, please.
Right, I will go and do that now.
Oh.
Look at that.
Wow, that's some clear beer, isn't it?
Right, you could. It's been a long time since I said this, mate, but you could definitely read the beer Bible through that.
I mean, that's...
That is pin bright, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Not had many as I mean, it's certainly that straw colour that you get from sort of like a hell. So if you have like a, what is it, Augustina and stuff like that, they are a lot lighter in the colour than you sort of certainly get from your Mediterranean lagers and stuff like
exactly.
That, so.
And it's not like I think there was only lager malt and dextrin malt, I think maybe in this.
Okay.
I'm just going to double check that. Just like a malt and dextrin malt, so yeah, it's going to be pretty light.
It does say, you didn't have to lift it up, just says there you go.
But looks-wise, I mean, proper nice white
I prefer mine with a lighter colour, yeah.
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 It's nice that, isn't it? What do you think? I'd say it's a 9.5 out of 10.
A 9.5 as well.
Yeah.
Really good looking beer.
Should we go
really
to sniff
good.
it?
Yeah.
Give it a like.
Should go and sniff it, yeah. Woof.
It's clean.
Yeah. It definitely gives that...
Crisp, bit grassy.
Yeah, I was going to say the floral notes
Yep.
that you get, certainly from the sort of, although obviously it's Pilsner, sometimes you tend to get, certainly with the Czech Pilsners, a lot more
Spice.
Yeah, I don't get any of that. I mean, it's not. There's no SARS in this, so it's probably more towards your German Pilsner,
Yep.
would you say, than your Czech ones and stuff like that. So
I think the
yeah,
only
and I think it matches.
Hallertau Mittel.
So like also the burping at the end.
But I would give it
But really good. I mean,
9 out of 10.
yeah, that's a really, really nice smelling lager. That
Yeah.
really is. Like, and there's like absolutely zero, which is credit to yourself. Like off flavors or anything like that. It's exactly what I'd expect to get.
So I actually, with this one, I'm going to own up here.
Oh.
Let's just open this and see what the instructions say. Can we just get the little instruction booklet out on this one, or instruction pamphlet? Here we go. Again, quite comprehensive instructions here on what to do. So fermentation, ideal temperature 16 to 18 degrees, and ferment it out of that. Now, I didn't.
Okay.
I fermented it at 22 degrees under pressure.
Okay.
Because I thought, okay, I've done Pilsners and Lagers before,
Yeah.
and I thought I know I can get away with it to turn it around quicker, rather than waiting. I just did it under pressure at a slightly higher temp, and I think it was fermented out in about 3 days. And under pressure, there's no off aromas
That's what you get, isn't it?
at all. So yeah, you can either follow the instructions on the fermenting bit, which is 16 to 18 degrees, and ferment it out, which probably, I would guess, probably take about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or you can just save some time. If you've got pressure-capable fermenters, do it under pressure, a bit warmer. Should we taste it?
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. I should have got nucleated glasses for the lager, really, but cheers.
That's a good tasting beer, mate.
That is a really nice beer, isn't it?
I'm tempted to say that might be better than the winner, you know.
Whoa.
Do you know what I think?
That is a really, really good lager. It is a really good lager. It is, I mean, we're sat in the kitchen here reviewing this beer, and it is hammering down with rain outside. The only thing that I think could have made this review better is if it was a sunny day and we were out there, the sun beating down on us.
I mean, what's happened? We had glorious weather last weekend, and it's just...
I know, it's gone downhill. It's gone rapidly
all
downhill.
week, it's just been windy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like someone's done a massive fart in my garden and
Well,
blew everything over.
I drove to Glasgow the other day, and in Chester it was sunny, and then on the way up to Glasgow I had wind, rain, hailstones, snow, back to wind, and then sun again when I got to Glasgow. It's like the UK weather is absolutely off the charts at the moment. But what you need for this beer is a sunny day and jobs to do in the garden.
Yeah.
And you could just...
You wouldn't get many done, though.
Well, you could sneak in a few pints while you're giving it a go, though, couldn't you? Under the pretense of I'm going to do some work.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. This is really good. This is really, really good.
It's probably certainly the best lager recipe kit we've done.
Kit. You reckon?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Even better than my own award-winning one.
I just think the
High praise, mate. High praise for these guys.
The style really suits my sort of palate as well.
Yeah.
It's not too over spicy. I really, really like the lightness. Sometimes you get like, how to describe it? So like San Miguel, I find it's quite a heavy.
This is almost like a more of a Bitburger type beer.
Which suits me better.
Yeah.
The lighter, the better. So yeah, it's ticking my boxes of approval.
So what would you give it for taste?
Oof. 9.8.
That's a pretty high,
Yeah.
high accolade, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just, I'm just trying to think why I've not given it a 10. I'm going to say 10s for the, it's...
You're being harsh. I give it a 10.
Yeah, I'm going to change it. I'm going to give it a 10. I think I'm just being pedantic. I'm going to give it a 10. 10 out of 10.
Yeah?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 plus?
I was just a bit...
10 plus?
The reason why I'd held back was because, obviously, it's being a lager, it's not bursting with flavours like you get and stuff like that with it. I know, that's why I was being a bit, should I hold it back on the flavour because of that? And then, but I thought, do you know what? I'm just being a knob. So I'm going to give it 10 out of 10. And what about yourself?
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Is that the first time we've done a beer we both give 10 out of 10 on taste?
Possibly. I could check the archives if someone's updated them. No. Clearly not been done. Very possibly, but it's a really, really good, really, really good beer. So.
They're all the same price, did you say, the kits?
Don't know if they're all the same price, but this one coincidentally is also $29.99. Because I think there's going to be a hazy pale, which may be more because there'll be a lot more hops in that one. So, but the stout that we've already done and this one are $29.99.
Wow, so 85p a pint if we worked out.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I think so, yeah. I give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, 9. Yeah, I think that's what we give the other one, wasn't it?
There's something
9
like
out
that,
of 10 or 8.5, 9 out of 10, yeah.
Yeah. But I think sessionability on this one, I mean, it's 5.4%, so it's not the weakest lager. It's a premium lager, which I've got no issue with at all. When you've got beer taps in your own house, it becomes a dangerous thing when you've got beers like this on because you will just sit and session it all day.
I think you're allowed to be drunk when it's summer. I think it's more acceptable to be drunk outside in the summer, and it just goes
in your own garden.
In your own garden. Oh yeah, if you are, if you're in a field,
shirt off, vest on.
10 pints deep. I think that's perfectly acceptable. They go, wow, it was a nice day, wasn't it? With due respect.
Absolutely.
Whereas if you're stuck inside drinking on your own, they may go.
You know, the weather's good. We've got what we've got World Cup coming up this year. If you had this on. And you could watch the TV in the sun, right? Either you're in a beer garden or you got a TV in your garden.
Yeah.
So
although it is in America, so I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
No, it's
what time is it going to be on?
That's the thing. The time I don't know what, because it depends where it is, isn't it? I don't know whether what's New York 5 hours ahead, is it? Behind? Sorry.
Oh, I don't know. I don't leave the country. I just stay here and make beer.
Yeah, just actually.
I don't know. Do you want to check?
No, it doesn't bother me. We were going off sidetrack.
Alexa, what's the time in New York?
In New York, it's 8:36 a.m.
Okay, so by the time you get to like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, they might have the early kick-off.
So we'd be at like 11 over here.
Yeah, it depends how they do it because of the temperature, and we're going really in deep now.
Where in America is it? Is it America, or is it South America?
Across the 3 countries. I think it's America, Mexico, and Canada.
Alexa, where's the World Cup this year?
The 2026 FIFA World Cup is being held in the United States, Canada, and Mexico.
10 points. 10 points.
Let's imagine there was a sport that was on at a reasonable time. Rugby. Yeah. When does the rugby season end?
April.
Right, that's not going to be good for summer.
No.
Oh, I know a sport that's going to be on.
Cricket. You can sit and watch cricket. It's on for like 4 hours, 5 hours. Test cricket.
Yeah.
Just sitting and just steady pace, watching a game. Mate, we can go. I mean, we're talking about having beers and our own thing, but you can go to the clubhouse and just sit in the clubhouse and just watch.
Cricket.
Yeah.
Well, what about if I get a TV on the wall out there over the bar, and we could just sit on there, taps there, sit there.
Easy.
Absolutely cane it. I'd get into cricket for that. Anyway, where are we up to? Sessionability. We're talking about sessionability now. So it's 5.2%, 5.4%, sorry. It is light, refreshing, cold, not too bitter. I could give that a 10.
Yeah, easy.
I could give that a 10 easy. And the rest.
Yeah.
10 plus.
I think if we did that, one of these packets wouldn't be enough. We'd have to have 2.
Yeah.
So.
Well, what you could do, if you had a G40, you could do 2 of these, and then you could put it into a Sankey keg, which you've replaced the top of with the floating dip tube with the ball valve on, and then you could just run that.
Yeah. There you go.
Me and you would have that all day.
Let's book it in.
Yeah,
Cool, right.
10 out of 10 on sessionability.
There we go.
Don't know the score?
Yeah, go on.
Tell you.
Didn't fancy editing today.
No. There's the Oyster score for this beer. I think, again, this has been a really good a good kit, and it's one where you don't have to be a beginner to do it.
No.
It's a really, really good recipe. But if you were a beginner and you just bought your Grainfather and you wanted to go and get one of these, it's going to be a really good entry into doing it.
Imagine that, the first beer you make, and it's that. Oh dear.
Yeah, absolutely sensational.
Cool.
Right.
Right.
Smash like, hit subscribe. Catch you in the next one. Oyster's out.